Does your ERP include integrated timesheets and payroll? Real talk, with Steelhead's all-in-one system, this integration is game-changing. A huge time saver when it comes to paying employees is having a timesheet system that can work directly with your payroll system and calculate and keep track of things automatically. Is your shop implementing the ever-changing rules on labor, accruing the proper amount of overtime and sick time required by your state laws? Are you calculating sick time and PTO accrual and manually entering timesheet data into your payroll system? Do you have different pay rates for different types of work? With Steelhead timesheets, you can create settings based on state laws that will automatically accrue the sick time and overtime as your employees clock hours. You can customize these settings and change them as needed. You can also set these accrued hours to roll over to the new year or set them to delete at the calendar year end, all without you having to spend all that time adding and multiplying and remembering and keeping track. Maybe you have a certain station that you pay more per hour for employees to work. Different pay rates are also automatically calculated. Once you've set up pay rates and auto accrual, saving your payroll admin person several hours on each payroll run, payroll can be done in Steelhead in 3 easy steps and takes less than 3 minutes. I'll do a real-time test demo of that at the end of the video, but first I'm sure you want to see how painless the onboarding process is. It is super simple to get started with Steelhead Payroll. Just put in your company's first payday and then you can very quickly migrate everything from your current payroll provider here, which we highly recommend if you're switching over in the middle of a calendar year, because that will pull all your tax information into Steelhead's payroll system and ensure your quarterly and year-end reports are correct for tax purposes. Or if you switch at the start of a calendar year, you can onboard your company manually, and I promise we make it very easy for your payroll admin to do this. We have a payroll partner, Check HQ, that is completely integrated into Steelhead. Check is a white glove software company that is dedicated to everything payroll and is embedded directly into our platform so that it works as one seamless system. All sensitive company and employee information is safely stored on the Check HQ side and not stored on our servers. So all you need is your general business information, a payment method where Check can pull funds to distribute to your employees. You sign a couple of tax forms. Oh, and if you need to close out and come back to this later, not a problem. It'll save as you go. The employee setup section will let you know if there are steps to complete, but your payroll person does not need to worry about all this because each employee can fill out their own information. Again, very easy step-by-step process to follow, but I'll get to that after. Then sign the filing authorizations for Check to file your taxes for you. No more pesky mosquitoes in the back of your head trying to remember when to file, figuring out all those numbers, and hoping that you're filing correctly. Then add a company signatory, which is typically the owner or president or general manager of the company. This person, or these people if you add multiple, are responsible for tax filing for the company. Again, Check will file for you. You just need to add a company signatory for them. And here, add a pay schedule. You can choose to pay employees weekly or bi-weekly. Once the company is onboarded, add your employees to payroll. One Steelhead user connects to one payroll employee. All you have to do as the admin is to put in very basic employee information. Their workplace is the address of the shop that they work at, and then put in their start date. Add that user to a pay schedule and the date they're starting on that pay schedule, then put in their hourly pay rate or salary here. Employees are marked as active with this checkbox, so when you terminate an employee, just uncheck the box. Employees can then go to their user page and fill in their own personal information to finish onboarding themselves. This is where they'll go to view pay stubs after each payday as well. Again, easy step-by-step, some personal information, elect to be paid by direct deposit or by check. Fill out your regular tax withholding information as Check handles W-2s and everything to do with taxes. And employees can see all of their information here once it's added, and of course post-tax deductions and benefits can only be edited by the payroll admin. For example, child support would show up here and HSA benefits here as well. Then you have the ability to run payroll. This is so easy. I'll walk you through start to finish, just watch how quickly it can be completed. Let's see if I can do this in under 3 minutes. Excuse me if I mess up my words, I'm just gonna have to keep on moving forward. So here in the timesheets dashboard, the first thing you're gonna see is the timesheets reports page where we have all the employee hours that have been clocked for this pay period. And managers and supervisors would have already looked over these hours and made any corrections necessary, but just in case there are any last minute checks that you have to do, these are highlighted because these employees have worked more than 40 hours. So just click approve overtime, or you can assign all overtime with one click here. And that will split the hours between regular and overtime so that it's paid accordingly. Also, here's a little warning that these hours need to be reviewed, so quickly just check those, click the check mark that you reviewed them, click save, and then you can approve employee hours line by line here, or you can click approve all with one click. You're going to then click over to payroll, and everything you just approved pulls in here automatically, so you're not having to check and recheck that everything was entered correctly. So just select your pay period and your payday, and then click run payroll. Here you can click Here you can click preview payroll, review this information, and you can see all the deductions have been calculated. Everything is here. Just click submit payroll and you're done. Wow, did you see that? This can really save you hours. If any last edits are needed, we recommend closing the payroll window and entering the information where necessary within Steelhead. For example, if employee hours were wrong, go back to the timesheets and enter correct employee hours. This way you have a better tracking history of why changes were made, and this would reduce future confusion. You do have the option to edit any amounts here in the payroll window, but once you're here, this is check information, not Steelhead information. Once payroll is processing, you'll see the pending status on that pay period, and then once payroll is paid, if there are corrections to be made, you would need to make them on the next payroll run. Check HQ then makes deposits into employee bank accounts, and Check will never withdraw money from an employee bank account. We hope you take advantage of this huge time saver, eliminating the cost of outside payroll platforms and automating your payroll taxes and timesheets calculations. That's some real talk.